What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back on that type of time talking about the NBA, talking about the league. And today, I want to talk about the most improved player for the 24-25 season, the recipient of the George Mikan Trophy, Dyson Daniels. And big shout out to Dyson Daniels. He was also nominated for Defensive Player of the Year. He was one of the finalists. He did not win, but the dude averaged 3 steals a game, which is just extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. The guy's only 21 years old, so he's got an extremely bright future. But I want to break down the voting for you guys and how the voting went for most improved player, because a lot of these guys did have really improved seasons over last year. And it's a shame, the award only goes to one person. I really think the NBA should implement like an all-improved team, similar to how they have like all-NBA and all-defense. I think they should have an all-improved team. I think it would be a super cool thing to add to the league. But let's break down the voting. So Dyson Daniels, the winner, got 44 first-place votes, 332 points total. And that's, you get points from certain votes. You get certain amount of points for first place, second place, third place votes, all that stuff. So we got 332 points out of a maximum of 500 points. Ivica Zubac of the Clippers got 23 first place votes, 186 points. Cade Cunningham of the Detroit Pistons had 15 first place votes for 122 points. Christian Brown of the Denver Nuggets had 9 first place votes for 120 points. Austin Reeves of the LA Lakers had 3 first-place votes for 39 points. Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers had 2 first-place votes for 21 points. Amen Thompson of the Houston Rockets had 1 first-place vote for 18 points. Denny Avdia, former Wizard, who is now in the Portland Trail Blazers, got 1 first-place vote, 17 points. Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat, 1 first-place vote, 16 points. Josh Giddey of the Chicago Bulls, 1 first-place vote, 13 points. And then we had Peyton Pritchard, Toumani Camara, and OG Anunoby, as well as Jalen Williams of the Oklahoma City Thunder, who was an all-star of the season, all receiving points but no first-place votes. So let's talk about the top guys here, right? Obviously, I think everyone on this list did have a much improved season over last year. OG Anunoby is the only one where I'm like, okay, I don't really know if he should have even be in consideration for the award. Not that he didn't improve, but it's just like, it's interesting that he was getting votes. But I think Toumani Camara, Peyton Pritchard, obviously. Jalen Williams, he went from not being an all-star last season to being an all-star now. Josh Giddey certainly very much improved. I think he's just showing what he originally showed in OKC. He just kind of fell out of the rotation and wasn't performing as well as he used to before he got traded to the Bulls. Now he's showing that again. Tyler Hero also super improved over last season. He was a first-time All-Star. Denny Avdia made another jump this season. He definitely was more of a most improved candidate last season with the Wizards because he had a big jump. Averaged double digits in points for the first time in his career, and then he improved upon it this season. So he's doing great over there. Shout out Denny. You got Amen Thompson, who's just proven himself as an elite defender, super athletic guy. Evan Mobley, I agree, improved, but I think statistically, doesn't really work out for him to really win the award. Austin Reeves, same thing, averaged 20 points per game this season. Very, very impressive. He's got an insanely deep bag. Like, the dude just dribble moves on dribble moves. It's crazy. Christian Brown had a very, very good improvement statistically over last season. He really filled the void that the Nuggets lost when they lost Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So big shout out to Christian Brown. He's still doing his thing in the playoffs. I'm excited to see what they do against OKC. Cade Cunningham obviously led the Pistons to the playoffs, and they won their first playoff game in 15 plus years. So he's certainly best year of his career. I thought it made sense, but I don't really agree with the idea of handing out, all stars and superstars, giving them the most improved trophy. I feel like it was the same thing that Ja Morant said when he won. He was like, this should be going to Desmond Bane. I agree on some level. It's like, if you're an all-star, your jump is not as significant as a guy who goes from averaging 5 points a game to 15, right? If you go from 20 points a game to 26. That's still a huge jump. But again, you're an all-star. It's a little different. And I'm not saying that they don't deserve the award. It's just it's a little bit different in my opinion. I think it really should go to a guy that's not getting as much recognition. Ivica Zubac also great season, improved over last year. Highest point totals of his career, highest rebound totals of his career, showing out. And then Dyson Daniels, flat out just the best season of his career across the board. Let's dive into the stats, right? So Dyson Daniels averaged 5.8 points per game last season with New Orleans, only 22.3 minutes a game. He averaged 1.4 steals, shot 45% from the field, 31% from three last season. And he basically improved in every category except for his free throw percentage. So he averaged nearly 6 rebounds a game this season, 4.4 assists, career high, 3 steals a game, career high, 0.7 blocks, career high, 14.1 points per game, career high, 49% from the field, career high, 34% from three, career high. So just all career highs. Even played the most games in his career at 76 a game. He had that quote earlier in the season saying that the New Orleans Pelicans are cursed because everyone over there is getting injured all the time. Kind of believe him now with the amount of injuries they had this season. But Dyson Daniels definitely deserved the award. Ivica Zubac, like I said, 16.8 points per game this season, 12.6 rebounds. He had never averaged double-digit rebounds in his career. Averaged 11.7 points per game last season and played 80 games. So career high in minutes as well. It's at 32.8 for Zubac. And then Cade Cunningham, he jumped pretty significantly. Went from 24. Sorry, that's per 36. I'm looking at the wrong thing, guys. Went from 22.7 points per game to 26.1. Played 70 games this season. Took 21 shots a game, but shot the best field goal percentage of his career at 47%. Shot the best three-point percentage at 35.6. Assists, career high, 9.1 a game. So a lot of things to like here. A lot of guys, really improved, really showed what they had. And I'm excited to see what Dyson Daniels continues to do in the future, as well as Zubac. But I think Dyson Daniels has incredibly just amazing potential. Like, this dude can be an elite two-way player, all-star level player. He's super athletic, super quick, both offensively and defensively. Plays with just so much grit and intensity. He's going to be a real good player one day. So shout out Dyson Daniels, shout out Cade Cunningham, shout out Ivica Zubac, shout out everybody else that got votes and got points for this voting process for the most improved player award, excuse me. And I'm excited to see what they can do going forward. I think they're all going to have significant jumps going forward, all the way down to Peyton Pritchard and Jalen Williams and Amen Thompson, all those guys down the list. All these guys are going to continue to improve because they're just super hard workers, and they're going to see that payoff pretty soon, I think. I think a lot of these guys on this list are going to be stars in this league at some point. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I want to know your thoughts. And that's all I got for you today. So stay safe, stay up, stay blessed, stay humble, stay healthy, stand on business, because that's what you got to do. Peace out.